Welcome to Cherryblossom Yoga. I'm Robin Dinerman. This is a half-hour Hatha Yoga class for beginning and continuing students. Practicing yoga regularly is a wonderful way to maintain your flexibility, increase your ability to focus, your ability to balance, and to settle down a very active mind, if you have one, and allow your body, mind, and spirit to quiet down and integrate so that you can realize your full potential. As we get older, we need to become more aware of what our limits are. So when I was younger and doing yoga, I would try to do a little bit more and push a little bit more, and fairly often was successful in increasing my range of motion or holding more weight while balancing. And at this point in my life, I'm really listening to my body because I don't want to overdo anything. And I realize there are many things I used to be able to do that I simply can't anymore. But that's okay. I still love yoga. I still love teaching yoga. So I tell my students, particularly those students who are seniors, listen to your body, and your body will tell you when it feels good, when it hurts so good, and when, don't do this. We're going to do just some basic yoga today. Please join along, standing, seated, on the floor, and end with a short relaxation. We're going to begin by rocking forward and back, arms forward, back, rocking forward on the knees with the arms back, lifting and rocking. So you begin to warm up the shoulders and you start to focus on balancing. You begin to notice how you feel throughout your body. I'm going to raise the shoulders a little bit more, rock a bit more. I'll turn to the side so you can see how this looks. So I hope you feel a little bit of warmth being generated in the shoulders, shoulder blades, keeping your knees soft, and then come back to center. Feet about hip distance apart, roll them outward and inward. So you begin to warm up the ankles and get all the little bones in the feet moving, the knees, the hips. And then turn your foot under and press from the big toe down to the little toe, and then stretch, turning the toes in the other direction. And shift to the other side and turn the toes under and stretch them out. Bring your fingertips to your shoulders, elbows at shoulder height. Bring the elbows as close as you can together and open, inhaling, bringing your elbows back, squeezing the blades in toward the spine, exhaling, inhaling through the nose, exhaling either through the mouth or through the nose. So after you've done this stretch a few times, go at your own pace. You may find that you're able to bring your elbows together. When you first started, you couldn't do that. So we're bringing the elbows together, palms together, and bring the arms forward. You'll feel this in your upper arms. And then reach up, try to keep your forearms together. And everybody's built differently, so this might be uncomfortable for some. Then interlace your fingers, bring them under your jaw and separate the feet. 2 to 3 feet apart. I like to turn my toes out and bring the hands underneath the jaw. Inhaling, I stretch the fingers by lifting up the elbows, and exhaling, I try to draw the forearms together. So you have to lift your chin just a little. My knees are bent, so I'm beginning to use or work the quadriceps. It helps if you tighten the buttock muscles. So I've dropped my seat just a little bit more. If I bring the elbows toward my waist, the palms out, this is goddess pose. Straightening the legs, bringing the elbows to shoulder height, this is cactus. You begin to feel it in the shoulders and upper arms, and then draw the palms together again. Either heel toe or step your feet back together. Interlace the fingers, bring them in front of you, elbows to your hips, feet parallel, stand tall, and press down through the soles of your feet as you lengthen your spine. Reach up through the crown of your head and breathe deeply. Exhale completely, tightening your belly muscles. And inhale, bring the hands up over your head, turn the palms up. You don't need to reach high, just try to bring the arms alongside of your ears. Palms down. Now lean a bit to one side. Keep the rib cage up and lifted. The arm over the ear, gaze forward. And inhale back to center. Crossing center line, exhale. And back to center. To the side again. You'll begin to feel this in the waist, the muscles that look up to the ceiling. And try to keep that elbow over the ear or the cheek. So this helps tone the muscles around the waist, gives you a good stretch under the arms, through the sides of the rib cage, and reminds you to stand tall. And come back to center, lower the arms in front of you at shoulder height, and place one hand over the other. Following your elbow, turn and twist. Look at the elbow and inhale back to center. Exhaling, turn to the other side. Feel that twist at the waist. Feel the rib cage rotating. So you're just warming up the neck muscles, so don't twist too much, but let your eyes go to the side. And let the arms come down. You can shake them out, shake the tension off your fingertips. Then rotate the shoulders up and back and squeeze the blades toward each other and come forward and back and forward. And then place your index fingers right at the hip hinge with a flat back, hinge forward, and hold the position. Tighten the buttock muscles. You'll feel the quadriceps catch. Look across the floor, the room, or the ground, wherever you are. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. Then loosely interlace the fingers, hinge forward a bit more, keeping the back as flat as possible. My arms are just touching, they're not leaning on the legs. And straighten and bend. Now lifting the sit bones up even higher, keeping a bend in the knees. Come forward, hanging down in Uttanasana, standing forward bend. Eyes looking through between the legs. When you exhale, tighten the belly muscles so you can fold forward a bit more. And then coming up, we're going to bring the arms out to T position. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. Lift the back of the neck so the back is really flat all the way down to the tailbone. Then press upward. Palms together over your head. Elbows bent. Now we're going to twist to one side. And breathe in. And exhale, turn the hips. I'll do it to the right. Shoulders turn, head turns, and eyes look over the shoulder. Inhale back to center. Exhaling as you twist left, the hips, shoulders and rib cage, the head, then the eyes. Last of all, look over the shoulder. And again to each side. Notice where you feel the twist, the stretch. Today I'm feeling it through the lower back muscles. And always keeping your knees loose. And twisting. And come back to the other side and complete the movement. And back to center. And bring your arms down. And separating your feet, I'm going to say a few feet apart. We'll do some side angle stretches. Let's start T position, palm up, and diagonal line as you lean. Let gravity pull the arm down, and you're lifting that upper shoulder and looking straight ahead. And inhale back to center. The palms reverse, and you're exhaling to the left, lengthening through your side. Breathing. And back to center. And reaching. And center. To the other side. And then bring both arms down. And again, hinging forward right at the hip hinge, lifting the sit bones. Come down as close as you can to the floor. Let your head hang naturally. And turn the feet out slightly. And you're going to shift the weight from side to side. So you begin to feel a stretch in the inner thigh of each leg. The knee comes over the ankle, maybe over the foot, but no farther. And then heel toe outward. Get a good grip on each ankle, lifting the sit bone, letting the head hang. And then placing the hands down, I'm going to bend. This is my right knee. I'm tucking my right arm inside of the leg, trying to line up the two forearms and let the head hang. So I'm putting some weight now, keeping the knee above the ankle. I'm going to wrap the left arm behind and pull the left shoulder up. Now from this position, I actually can hold it without using my hand, but you can use your hand for balance. And then if you want, you can turn and look over the shoulder, pulling the shoulder back. My left arm is wrapped behind the waist. I'm reaching for my right hip bone. And then release, look to center, and shift the weight carefully over to the other side. Line up your forearms. Get this foundation going, the knee above the ankle. Let your head hang at first. Let your body settle into the posture. If you've got everything lined up, you don't need the hands, but if you need them, that's fine. And then wrap the right arm behind the waist, reach for your left hip, and lifting up slightly, look over the right shoulder. And slowly come out of the posture using your hands as you need. And then heel toe back to center. And you can uncurl upward or flatten your back, which is what I do. And then we come up and breathe. Scan your body. See how you feel now. Do you feel more alert or warmed up or more energized? Maybe you feel more relaxed. We're going to take a pause and then we'll return to Cherryblossom Yoga. We'll be on the floor.
150 over 90.
180 over 111.
160 over 110. I had a stroke.
This is what high blood pressure looks like. You might not feel its symptoms, but the results from a stroke are far from invisible or silent. If you've come off your treatment plan, get back on it or talk with your doctor to create an exercise, diet, and medication plan that works for you. Go to loweryourhbp.org.
If I would have followed a treatment plan, I would not be in this situation.
Welcome back to Cherryblossom Yoga. Come join me on the floor. We're going to extend the legs outward, sit really tall, and do this staff pose. So I'm flexing my feet so the big toes come back toward my knees, and then my calves contract and the quadriceps, so you can see the heels come off the floor. If I also then tighten the buttock muscles, I lift up, and this helps strengthen all the muscles all the way down, which helps, of course, with your posture. And release. And cross one foot over the other and spread them apart. Alternately, right foot on top, left. Help open up the hip joint. And then spread the feet wide and turn them out and in. I'm going to adjust myself and then walk one hand after the other, pressing your finger pads into the mat, reaching outward, and then try to look ahead a bit so that you don't collapse inward. Lifting up through the breastbone and coming up. Bringing the soles of your feet together in Baddha Konasana. We're going to hold on above the ankle bones and then press forward, aiming your nose for a spot beyond your toes, which you know you can't do, or I can't do. And then we're going to come up, bringing the knees up and hinge forward. Loosely interlacing your fingers, wrapping them around the lower toes, then quickly raise and lower your knees in the butterfly. These are all good for your hips. And then holding on with one hand, take your breath in, sitting as tall as you can, then exhale and press away. And shifting to the other side, breathe in first and exhale, press. And then leaning onto one leg, let your head hang over your shoulder. Let the opposite leg fall as much as it can. And I'm actually getting some stretching in the rhomboids, the muscles between my shoulder blades. And as I let go of my breath, I can sink downward a bit more. Now, bringing your weight back to center, sitting up for a moment, shifting over to the other side, and your head hangs over the shoulder, and allow the other leg to move in the other direction. And then come back to center. Bring the legs out into a wide V, using your hands to help separate them a little bit more. And we're going to reach forward. Lift the breastbone, look out a few feet, several feet actually, so I can lift up with my back as straight as possible. And right now I can feel I'm sitting down on both sit bones. Shoulders above the hips. So we're going to bring the arms up, palms together, turn to one foot, and reach for the toes. If you can't reach, that's okay. Go for the leg, any point on the leg. And then open wide, keeping that back as flat as possible. Inhaling up, exhaling as you turn down to the other side. Open and lift. And turn, and open, and up, and bring your hands to your heart, draw your legs in, and sit for a moment. Visualize the air traveling down your center line, the oxygen fresh, feeding your body, and exhaling toxins, waste, anything negative. And let's take a moment to come down to the floor and carefully roll down. And this could be the best part, people say, of any yoga class, the relaxation. So you can try it in different ways. Sometimes I separate the feet, bring the knees together, turn the palms up. And on the in-breath, tuck the shoulder blades in so they flat to the floor. Let your eyes sink down into their sockets. Let your breath flow into and out of your body. Let a feeling of peacefulness, quiet, completion, serenity. Let those feelings come over you, and be present with your breath. Let your attention return to your body and your breath. And if you wish, straighten your legs. Bring your arms over your head. Let your back arch as you breathe in. Give yourself a good stretch. Then bring the knees up again. Press the feet into the mat. Roll over onto your side. And let your head rest on your arm. You can tuck in a fetal position if you like. When you feel that you're ready, use your top hand to press the floor away. Walk your hands back to your body, spiral to the front, and return to a comfortable seated position. I hope you received whatever it was you needed today from this class, a moment of quiet, a moment of relaxation, maybe a rejuvenation, a little burst of energy. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you're feeling wonderful, and I hope you can carry that feeling with you into your day, into your week, and into your life. Namaste.